Hi everyone, Ro from Ro's Kitchen. I'm back. I told you I'd be back. Remember we had step one, and I'm going to kind of reiterate what that was, so I hope you're ready for step two. Did you follow the directions for step one, part one? Did you find your why? Did you? Did you visualize, like I told you, to see yourself in your future self? Are you doing it every day? You should be doing it even more than once a day. You should do it twice a day minimum. Even more. Remember, this is so important, is that change starts with you and only you. The nature of our thoughts determines the quality of our life. Just say that with me. The nature of our thoughts determines the quality of our life. It's clear that we must bring about change in a way we think in order to create happiness and sense of fulfillment in our own life. So we're the only ones in control, nobody else. All right, so we can't depend on anyone else to fulfill those goals or that dream that you have of that new you, because you are in control. So let's go on to the next step. And the next step, of course, with the butterfly is the larva, the caterpillar of the butterfly. So when the egg finally hatches, and for us it would be when we finally can see our dream, feel our goals, we're now the caterpillar stage. And they don't stay caterpillars for too long, so that means that you're going to be blossoming as we go. So with this step, we start some more work. So this step is all about becoming aware and identifying the trouble spots in your day. So you'll be able to see where changes could be implemented and what might be holding you back, because we're all held back sometime, and to see where you specifically have to pay attention to small details. This, of course, will be different for everybody. Everybody has different things that go on in their day. So for the next few days, let's say 3 or 4, I want you to keep a food journal or a food diary, however you want to call it. There are all kinds of them out there. You can use a little notebook if you like to write things down. I happen to prefer that. It makes me more cognizant of what I'm doing. You can use an app, and there are plenty of them out there. Just be choosy, but choose one that allows you to make notes about the situations you need to overcome and the feelings that you're facing, because not only in this diary or journal are you going to be writing down your foods, your beverages, but also I want you to concentrate on how you're feeling, expressing yourself on paper when you're having those meals and those drinks. So for example, I'll give you an example. This morning, I had a bagel with jam, a cup of hot water with lemon. I know that sounds strange, but it's a habit I picked up from my sweet old grandmother, Italian grandmother. She was not plant-based, but she loved to have that hot water with lemon in the morning, and she swore it kept her regular all day. I don't know. But, you know, I digress. Anyhow, that's part of my habit in the morning. And I also had a pear. But the tricky part is, how did I feel when I was having breakfast? I was happy. I love having breakfast. Well, let's face it, guys. I just love food, so of course I love breakfast. I was excited though for my day to start, because I had my routine down. Before getting up, I did my visualizing of a happy day and a future self, my future self, which you have to visualize as happening now. So I made a decision before my day even got started that I would remain happy regardless of my circumstances, and we all have those. I always start my day knowing that whatever comes my way, I can handle it. I can use it for good, and I can continue to be in control of my feelings. I refuse to give up control to someone else. I am the master of my domain, as they say on Seinfeld. Not that master, though. After all, let's face it, no one makes you feel bad. You choose that. So my choice is positive. I'm not saying I don't come across roadblocks or issues, but I am saying it's how you choose to handle it. And when you think about it, I am the only one making those decisions. I'm the one who, if I get stressed out, will decide, do I want to eat French fries? I have to stop and think about it, because it's an easy impulse to do. So I start thinking about what my steps are going to be for today. How many clients do I have listed to call and talk to? How many clients of mine are, you know, in their having sessions that we have to speak about? But I did not let any thoughts of work crowd out the enjoyment of eating my breakfast. So you should not be distracted while you eat. The reason is, and this is scientifically proven, that slowing down your eating and savoring your food helps you control your intake. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that paying attention to the meal is linked to eating less later on. So hunger isn't the only thing that influences how much we eat during the day. Attention and memory also play a part in that. Interesting, isn't it? So after you start eating, it takes 20 minutes or so before the brain begins to start sending the I'm full signal or I'm not hungry anymore signal that turns off your appetite. So if you're hurting or not paying attention, it's easy to take in more food than you need. So basically, if you're not mindful of what's going into your mouth, you don't process the information. That means it doesn't get stored in your memory bank, and without a memory of having eaten, you're more likely to eat again sooner than you might have if you were actually mindful of it. And practice that for a few days. You'll see how it works. So that brings us now to emotional eating. An emotional eater is someone who tries to eat to soothe or suppress negative emotions. And it could even be boredom. Have you ever noticed that when you're bored, you grab something to eat? I know that when I am bored, I find myself roaming around the kitchen looking for something to eat. So this is where the food journal will come into play. When these feelings come over you, boredom, anger, any kind of discomfort where you're ready to grab something to eat, where you want to soothe yourself, self-soothe, stop and think, do I need this or do I want this? Before eating it, write it down, write it out. These are all your own private messages to you. You are talking to yourself via messaging. The emotions are feelings. They're okay. You're allowed to have them. You're allowed to feel angry, negative, but feeling those feelings, accept them and move on, or you can figure out just what you need from them. So what I'm saying is when you write them down, it gives you more insight on why you eat what you eat. So reach out for something else. For example, you might have a flavored water, like throw some fruit or veggies into a glass of water. Distract yourself from wanting to do the same self-destructive things you've done in the past. And this can also teach you to eat only when you are truly hungry. When you think you're bored, have that big glass of water or that sparkling seltzer with a flavor in it, and see if that doesn't satisfy you for now. It takes a while to drink it and get it into your system. A food journal or a diary is a way to align yourself with the dream and goal that lies ahead. It is going to give you the answers that you've been fighting against all these years, because the answers all lie within you. And there's don't lie to yourself about it. Be truthful, be honest, because this is what's going to take place in you. You'll feel relief and comfort by being able to recognize your own triggers and find the right substitutes that can bring about the new you. So to go along with this journal, I want you to write out your ideal life, the visualization you're doing each day. I want you to also do that. I want you to write out what you look like, what you feel like. How's it going to change you? I want you to write it out, stick it up on a mirror somewhere, put it on a wall where you can see it every day. Because as you visualize it and you write it and you see it, it takes place more and more. So write down all these things, how you feel and what you see, the outfit you're wearing, the place you're sitting, or the activity you're doing. This is your ideal day. You need to tape it up. Like I said, I want you to put it on your bathroom mirror. That's where mine is. Also add pictures if you want. Like I have a picture of myself when I was many years ago. We won't go back, but I just love this one outfit I wore back then. It was just so cool looking. At least I thought it was back then. One day maybe I'll share it. But that's the me I want to be again. So that's what I tape up. And I over and over again, it's I am a thin person. I choose healthy food. Just find your mantra. Work with it. So the time is now. So get busy. Continue step one. Visualize and do it daily, more than once, a couple times a day. When you find you're sitting there bored on commercials when you're watching TV, go to your happy place. Visualize. Do it. And then step two, make sure you do your journaling every day. So I'm going to give you a few days to practice this before I post the next video for step 3. Oh, and we are getting so close to being beautiful butterflies. Step 3, you know, is the pupa, also known as the chrysalis. This is where the old body of the caterpillar undergoes the transformation. So our step 3 will be talking about taking the steps of transformation. All right, then. I am so happy that you're here. I will see you in a couple of days. Have a fantastic day. And, oh, see yourself in that beautiful new you.